I'm going to explain what is a random variable. A random variable is a variable that represents a numerical outcome of a random phenomenon or experiment. It assigns a number to each possible outcome of the experiment, allowing us to study and analyze probabilities numerically.
Discrete random variable. A discrete random variable is a variable that can take any whole number values as outcomes of a random experiment. The discrete random variable takes a countable number of possible outcomes and it can be counted as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Probability distributions are used to show the values of discrete random variables.
Continuous random variable. A random variable that takes an infinitely uncountable number of possible values, typically measurable quantities, so it is all about measured data, like for example, average temperature in Cavite City for the past 5 days. Temperature is measured on a continuous scale such as Celsius or Fahrenheit.
Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about probability distribution, specifically discrete probability distribution. A probability distribution just shows us all the possible outcomes for an event and how likely each one is. When you roll a dice, the possible outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Each one has the same probability, 1 out of 6. Now let's focus on discrete probability distribution. Discrete means the outcomes are countable, like 0, 1, 2, or 3. An example is the number of heads. When tossing coins, you can only get 0, 1, or 2 heads. There are 3 important rules for discrete probability distribution. First, each probability is between 0 and 1. Second, the total probabilities add up to 1. And third, impossible events have probability of 0. Here's the possible outcomes when tossing 2 coins. Here's the example table for the number of heads. Each probability is between 0 and 1. Every probability here is between 0 and 1. For example, the chance of getting 0 heads is 0.25. The chance of getting 1 head is 0.50. The chance of getting 2 heads is 0.25. If I add all the probabilities together, 0.25 plus 0.50 plus 0.25 equal 1. That means the probabilities are complete. Now let's think about the number of heads. Is it possible to get 3 heads when tossing 2 coins? No. That's why the probability of getting 3 heads is 0. Our probability of getting 3 heads is 0. This means the chance of getting 3 heads is impossible because we're only tossing 2 coins. Let's solve a simple question. What's the probability of getting 1 or more heads? This means we're looking at the outcomes where we get 1 head or 2 heads. As you can see, the probability of getting 1 or more heads equals the chance of getting 1 head plus the chance of getting 2 heads. From the table, the chance of getting 1 head is 0.50. The chance of getting 2 heads is 0.25. Now we add them together. 0.50 plus 0.25 equals 0.75. So the probability of getting 1 or more heads is 0.75 or 75%.
A poll of 50 people was asked on their opinion on what was their favorite sport. Using a frequency table, 29 said football, 11 said basketball, 6 said baseball, 3 said soccer, and 1 said tennis, totaling to 50. Based from the data on this table, what is the probability a person's favorite sport is not football? To answer this, we can use the equation the probability of E prime equals to 1 minus the probability of E. So in this equation, the event E is the probability that football is a person's favorite sport, which is 29 over 50. And E prime is the probability football is not a person's favorite sport. So the probability of E prime equals to 1 minus 29 over 50. And after that, we will get 50 over 50 minus 29 over 50, which equals to 21 over 50, which equals to 0.42 or a 42% probability.